So when working with a 2-track, I try to just get the vocals to blend in nicely with the beat itself. All we added was the virtual tape machine. We also have this little beat sweep right here. Just a 1-knob filter by Waves. If you're struggling to get your vocals to sit in pocket with a beat, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, man. Track spacer 2.5. Go to the side chain key input here and select your vocal bus. Gonna select the all vocal bus.
Shit crazy, see the life that I'm living, got no loss. Dirty blue hundreds and bitches with no draw.
When I push this really hard, it ducks out the beat every time that his vocals are coming in. I usually have it below 10%, somewhere around here. You could even cut out certain frequencies that you don't want affected and say you don't want to fuck around with any of the high frequencies too. You also have a high cut. You can also click this little dot right here and you could actually adjust the timing of when the side chain ducks.
Shit crazy, see the life that I'm living, got no loss. Dirty blue hundreds and bitches with no drugs. Selling love, don't be blinded by favors at all costs.
For my EQs, all I really do is I shape off some of the low end here because I don't want any of the bass frequencies in the beat to really clash. After that, I bring in a surgical EQ. This is more finite adjustments in his vocal. Let's see what we got on this.
Shit crazy, see the life bitches with no drugs. Selling love, don't chain with an eyeball.
So once you got the dirt out of the way with the EQs, then I come here with the compressor. So let me bypass the compressor and everything after so you can see what we just did with the EQs.
Shit crazy, see the life that I'm living, got no loss. Dirty blue hundreds and bitches with no drugs.
So I'm getting a lot of my gain back with this CLA 76. Let's engage it real quick.
Shit crazy, see the life that I'm living, got no loss. Dirty blue hundreds and bitches with no drugs. Selling love, don't be blinded by favors at all costs.
And since the beat already sounds pretty dense, I automatically knew that I wanted to add a lot of compression. So our ratio here is at 8, and then we're putting the input up to get some compression and using the output to boost our gain. After that, we got another surgical EQ. After you compress, typically there's more frequencies that will start to jump out and become more piercing, and we're just taming a little bit more of those here.
Shit crazy, see the life hundreds and bitches with no drugs. Selling keep one in the chain with a it's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend.
Boom, de-esser.
Selling love, don't be blinded by favors at all costs. Ready up, I keep one in the chain with an eyeball.
Then after we do all of our control, then we're doing our additive boosts. Right here, we're using the fresh air just to give it a little bit more brightness.
In the whip with all stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded, I'm a double part, stuck in the deep end. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded, I'm a double part, stuck in the deep end.
For my sends, I'm not really using a whole lot on my template. I already got the sends routed up, so all I did was I added in a little bit of verb and a little bit of a doubler. So the reverb on this particular track is a chamber. The pre-delay is at 40 and a medium size. This is what the reverb sounds like turned up a lot.
Eyeball in the whip with all stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded, I'm a double part, stuck in the deep end. Can't sleep, I need some juice. I'm calling Uncle Free Bands. He don't pay me when it's due. I let a nigga keep it. It's how it's supposed to be. Remember I was black, hucking broke.
And that just keeps it so the vocals aren't completely mono and they have a little bit of stereo width and depth. Down on my template, here's our doubler send. Basic doubler 2 with the center image taken down, and this just gives me a nice stereo duplicate to blend in, and this is what we got with that send turned up a little bit.
Eyeball in the whip with all stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded, I'm a double part, stuck in the deep end. Can't sleep, I need some juice.
And that just helps me to get a little bit of width. That's all I have on this lead vocal chain. Let's move on to the ad-libs now. It's all the same plugins, except I have an R compressor, maybe getting a little bit more compression. I'm taking out more low end and more high end, so that way the lead vocals, they still sit in front, and the background vocals, they're not taking up all that high frequency space. And then I use the echo verb reverb type short pre-delay so I can push the vocals further back, and the size is at 100, so it's a bigger room. Let's hear what we got with the reverb turned up. Let's go down to the Mixbus, the God particle. This is kind of like our glue, and it gives us a little bit of saturation and excitement over the whole entire mix.
All stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded, I'm a double part, stuck in the deep end. Can't sleep, I need some juice, I'm calling Uncle Free Bands. He don't pay me when it's due, I let a nigga keep it. That's how it's supposed to be.
Then we have the Abbey Road mastering chain. We're not touching the input module. The tone module, we're boosting a little bit of this 8K frequency here.
All stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded.
Just for some brightness, same thing down here at the 2K hertz.
All stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend.
And then our limiter here, we have it set at modern.
All stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend.
If I were to do this any differently, I would probably put the recovery at a lower value, but we have this mix at 6.5. We're not touching the filters. And then on the spreader, we are spreading the whole entire mix out by 1.8 on the mastering chain, just to give it a little bit more width. If you go crazy on this, is what the spreader sounds like.
All stars. It's $100,000 car like fuck the E-Trend. Way too loaded, I'm a double part, stuck in the deep end. Can't sleep, I need some juice, I'm calling Uncle Free Bands. He don't pay me when it's due, I let a nigga keep it.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll put the song in the description with my boy Myles. And if you want a mix done by me, don't forget to contact me on email or Instagram. And with that being said, thank y'all for watching, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace out.